Welcome to the series called Get Off That Phone, episode 5? 4? 4 or 5. Yay! Today, I went to go see a play, which is something I never thought I would say, but yes. I went to go see a play at the Lakewood Playhouse. I went to go see The Normal Heart. And so this is gonna be my review. And also, this was kind of part of an assignment, so I did kind of cheat a little bit. I'm in an acting class, and our newest assignment was to go see a play, pick an actor, and then judge them essentially. So in this video, I will be judging them according to our rubric, and then also giving my opinion on the play. So I rate this play. This is like my first play outside of like high school and middle school, like that theater experience. So this is my first play as an adult. And I would low key rate it, I would rate it a 9, an 8.5 out of 10. So, and yeah, an 8.5 out of 10 uh, in total. The actors that I had looked into, the characters anyways, was Felix and the main character, Teddy. I think his name was Teddy. Teddy. I'm pretty sure it was Teddy. Yeah, it was Felix, and I have the program here. Felix and Ned. Felix Turner and Ned Weeks. Those were the characters I focused on, because for my assignment, I will read the rubric right here. Students are to choose one actor in the production and discuss the effectiveness of their performance. You must choose 3 elements of acting from our textbooks. Some examples are use of their body, use of their voice, discussing things like vocal variety or diction, clear goals, tactics, connection to other characters. Students must cite from the textbook, defining each element, 10 points each, and then use examples from the production to support their ideas. Cite using MLA, have a clear one sentence thesis, support each idea with clear examples, be sure to include a works cited page that cites both the textbook and the performance, and should have clarity. Yeah, so I chose to see The Normal Heart without like spoiling too much about the play. It is a pretty old play, I learned, because I had mentioned it to one of my teachers, and they had like talked about it, and they're like, oh yeah, I was like, it's a pretty old play, because it is about like, it is like placed in the past. It's about the AIDS pandemic or epidemic, I guess, back in like the 1930s. Um, and so yeah, if you want more information, you can look up the play. It's pretty old, like I said. So yeah. Um, so in the beginning of the play, I was 2 minutes late. Uh, so I don't think I missed much. But in the beginning of the play, the actor for Ned had stood out to me, because obviously from the get go, I could tell that he was the main like character. When I like am going to see a production or a movie or a show, I like to know little to nothing about the show, the thing that I want to watch, just because I don't want to have like an already perceived notion about whatever it is that I'm going to see. Like even if it's like even a small little thing about a character, or a small little thing about what it's like gonna be about, I feel like my brain automatically creates certain assumptions about things. So I did not read a synopsis for this play. I did not know what I was getting myself into. I just knew my teacher, like my professor, had said it was gonna be sad, and it was about the AIDS like epidemic or pandemic. And so I was like, okay, cool, I'll go see it. I did not like, again, pre-look anything up. I did not ask for my friend's opinion because my friend had seen it on Friday. I was just like, okay, cool, I'm excited to watch it. It's gonna be my first ever play. And it didn't disappoint. I was thoroughly enjoying myself. It was good. I did get emotional a couple times because again, it is sad and the acting is like really good. It was actually really Felix, the actor who played Felix Turner. His name is Sergio Antonio Garcia. His acting was really really good, really really good. There was one point in I'm not gonna. It's old, so it doesn't matter. Um, he dies. Okay, he dies, and so spoiler, he dies, and when he and Ned were arguing, like when he was like, "I can't do chemo again," and like I can't do like the medicine and whatnot, like that part made me so sad because I like personal stuff and I've known people who've gone through chemotherapy. Like my mom um did chemo and did the whole thing. My stepmom did chemo and did the whole thing. So I was just like, I was hurting so bad because I was like, oh my goodness. Like I understand where he's coming from, and I also understand where Ned is coming from, because like all my life I've been Ned, and I've just kind of like watched, because like chemotherapy is a hard thing on people, and it like takes like such a massive toll on your body physically, mentally. And so when like Felix was kind of like giving up, I was just like, oh my god, Felix, no, don't give up. But he still dies because back then there was no cure for, this disease. So like he was doomed from the beginning. But the fact that like Ned didn't give up on him and still like wanted him to try and still loved him, I was like, oh my god. My heart, no. I was like, oh my god, stop. It was stressing me out. Like some like whilst I was watching the play, a little piece of me was like, oh, he's gonna make it, because true love, you know, love will always win. He died. He died. For this assignment, though, I will be focusing on Ned. His actor was John Pedro. I'll be focusing on John. Um, Mostly because I feel like his performance, because he spoke like the whole time, and his character was very like emotional driven, like his character was very like strong emotionally. I feel like his acting performance, it's easier to like nitpick at him, even though that seems like so mean. And that's like, he did a great job, like don't get me wrong, he did a great job. But there were some times where like his vocal variety, I couldn't understand some of the things he was saying. Like maybe also added to it, they had like an accent, like a British accent. So like sometimes he would just like spew out words and I couldn't understand him. And sometimes he would like mumble a little and I'd be like, huh? Huh? But he had very good like vocal variety. Like it wasn't just like static the entire time. Like his vocal range was like immense, and I could tell that like he knows what he's doing. He's a professional. But sometimes I couldn't hear what he was saying, and that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. On page 129 of the textbook we use in our class, it says, it states, Learning to speak vowels clearly and cleanly. Let's say that again. Clearly, I don't have good diction. Learning to speak vowels clearly and cleanly, and to hear the difference between vowels in similar sounding words, such as awful and awful, is particularly important to the actor because the vowel sound of stage speech carry the tone of the dialogue and convey the nuances of a character's tactical pursuits. Um, the actor of Ned, again, because she spoke so much, and I know he had to memorize a lot of lines. So this is not like a dig at him as an actor. Some of the words, I'm gonna keep it 100. I couldn't understand what he was saying. This might be like an added thing because they had like his character and most of the characters had an accent. I'm pretty sure only like three of the characters on like in the show had like an American accent, or like four, because I think it's Johnny, or I think it was Johnny. Um, Tommy, Tommy had like a southern accent, but that's like still technically American. So only around four of the characters had an American accent. So the fact that he was speaking with like a British accent and he had like a lot of words to say again, some of the words I couldn't tell you what they were, bro. I couldn't tell you. I really couldn't. Even if there was money on the line, I couldn't tell you what the words were because again, like there was just not that good of diction, and especially because I was sitting at like the very front. I got front row seats. I think it was seat C, seat C, seat A, like row A, 106. I think that was the seat I got. So like I was like at the very front because like I can't I can't really see well. Um, like if I sit in the back, so I usually sit in the front anyways. Um, and even then, I still like some of the words I could not like understand for the life of me. And again, I think it's just like the accent maybe made it a little bit difficult. And a good amount of the time, actually, he like they were facing like their backs were facing me, and obviously the way the stage is set, it's like we learned about this in class, but I can't remember for the life of me. I'll like remember, but the stage is here and then there are seats surrounding it. I'm gonna look up what that means real quick, because it's somewhere in my notes. Hold on, wait. Okay, it's called the arena stage. This was my notes. It's where all the audience sits at all four sides of the stage. So because it was an arena stage, obviously someone's back is gonna be turned on one side of the stage. Like obviously, obviously, they're not all just like it's not just like one on one because it's all four sides, and they use the stage a lot. Like there's a lot of moving around. There's a lot of like pacing. There's a lot of like things like that going on. They used that stage. Like no part of the they were literally writing on walls and writing on the floors. Like they used that stage up to its fullest potential. So again, someone's back is gonna you're gonna be looking at someone's back during that production, whether you like it or not. And that's just how like the stage was set up. And I think it was like really good because it made everything feel like natural to me, I guess. I don't know. But yeah. And because again of that added element of like I am looking at this man's like his back for a good chunk of this like scene, I again couldn't hear some of the stuff that he was saying. Which again, like it was okay, it was whatever. But like that was just a thing that I noticed during the play. Um to me the character Ned felt very like like if I was to compare it to Felix, Felix was like, in my eyes, I would compare Felix to a butterfly, and then Ned like a dirty rock. Okay, that sounds like really rude, but like personality wise, I would say, because Felix was clearly a very social like person, while Ned was just like kind of stuck up and, in his words, like an asshole. Um, so I feel like the actors really like did a really good job portraying that with their body and their mannerisms. Like the way Felix would talk was very sarcastic and very like fluttery like a butterfly, and then the way Ned would talk was very like stern sometimes. He still had like sarcastic natures to him, and he did have a personality, but I feel like it was just more like constricted than like character Felix was, especially in again the way they moved their body, the way they talked. Because sometimes Ned, the character, he would just be saying some complicated freaking words, and I'm just like, bro, I don't know what that means. Like what? Because again, he's very like professional. That's the word, professional. And then I feel like Felix is very casual, like shorts and t-shirts and sandals, and then suits and a tie and shiny shoes and a bald head. That's like how I would compare these two characters. And I really like I like both of them, but I loved Felix because he was so like and like I feel like he was a very optimistic individual, and I could kind of relate to that because I'm very like optimistic, and I try to like just see like the bright sides or whatever, like the good sides. And Ned was very much like a realist to his very core. Like, you're gonna die if you keep having like I'm not gonna spoil it, but you're gonna die if you keep having like sexual intercourse with like dudes and stuff, and to stop. You cannot like you can like stop having sex. Like gay like relationships is not all just about sex. So he was like very like he doesn't give a fuck about anyone's opinions or anyone's like feelings. He's like facts over feelings 1,000%. And I feel like the way the actor like showed that with his voice and the tone of his voice and the way he like moved, I feel like his moves were very like in the beginning anyways, before Felix got sick, like his moves were very like sharp, I would say, or like you could kind of tell they're like predictable. Like he was a very pre- mm, I don't want to say he was a very predictable character because some of the stuff he did, I was like, oh, because like he's a smart individual, but he would do things that I thought were kind of out of character. But again, people react to things differently. That was actually said in the play. I think it was Dustin, Bruce. Oh my goodness, Bruce. I'm pretty sure Bruce said that about like something that happened with Albert. I think I don't know. But yeah, people react to things differently, and so obviously I was like, I would expect something from Ned, or like I would expect him to react to something like in a very strict and like professional manner, and then he would like flip out, and I'd be like, oh, that also makes sense because of kind of like the pattern that's been going on right now. And then I think after he gets kicked out of like the organization or whatever, and you know, but again, still his like actions were still predictable to me. Like even though I was like I didn't expect him to react this way, I also still kind of expected him to react this way because he's a very like um short, I would say short tempered individual for like good and obvious reasons. Like duh, duh. Like he's a smart individual. He knows what he's talking about. He knows like why he's saying these things and why he's pushing for these things. And everyone was just pissing him off. So obviously, like if I was in his situation, I would be flipping off too. I would be getting mad too. Cause what do you mean? I'm telling you, like my friends are dying, people I know are dying, and you're saying, "Well, I don't know. There's still like a lot of people alive though, so like does it like is it like really a thing? Like are you freaking serious?" I feel like Ned didn't snap enough. I feel like he didn't cause enough ruckus. But that's just me personally. Cuz I am also I saw a lot of myself in Ned because he's a very stubborn individual. Um and like when he wants something, he will get it. I feel like that was another quote that Felix actually said. Like he wanted to work for the New York Times, he got it. He wanted Ned, he got it. Oh, and that's when that scene broke my heart when he was with the doctor. What was her name? The actor for the actress for Dr. Emma. Her acting, the actress, her acting was beautiful as well. Oh my goodness. I like teared up when she was talking to the other doctor. The examining doctor. That like broke my heart. Like I was like tearing up. But anyways, what was I talking about? Felix. When Felix was talking to the doctor and he was like, Did I give Ned the disease? Oh. And when he was like, I want my mom. Editing Angela here, and I realize I'm literally just fangirling. I really loved the actor's performance for Felix, if you couldn't tell already. That broke my heart. That broke my heart. That broke my heart so much. And it was like, we never really got along anyways. Oh, Felix. Felix. I was like, oh my gosh, stop. Because, like, I feel like I see myself in Felix. Like, just thinking about it is making me, like, tear up a little. Because, he just wanted love. That was so sad. And I couldn't like fully cry because every time like a sad thing would happen and like my eyes would start watering, something funny would happen, and then my like tears would dry up like this, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm like getting goosebumps. That was such Felix, the actor. What was his name? I can't remember names for the life of me. I'm gonna be so honest with you. Sergio, fantastic actor. Oh, fantastic. Such a good performance. Such a good performance. And also the actor for Mickey. Oh my goodness. When he was saying I'm not a murderer. That whole like scene. Oh my god. That was so good. That was so, oh my goodness. That was so good. I felt so bad. Cause, oh my goodness. Why can't we all just love each other? I don't understand. I don't understand. Why can't we all just love each other? I'm not even doing my assignment correctly. I'm like losing my freaking mind over here. It was really good. It was. I'm like getting chills again, or maybe it's just really cold in my room. It was so good. It was so good. This was really good. Like, this was really good. Okay. Yeah, this is really really good. Ugh, poor Mickey. He just wanted to go to Rio. Oh my god. With his boyfriend Gregory. Just be happy and enjoy his damned vacation, bro. Hold on, I'll be back. I'm getting overwhelmed.
Tú, bebe agua. Mi abuelo.
Mi gato es bonito.
Tú bebes agua.
El pan.
I need to take a break and do my Duolingo. It's literally 11 in the evening.
I don't get you humans.
It was good. It was a really good show. I'm happy that was my first like one, cause now I want to see more plays. That was really really good. The tickets were $25 as well, by the way, so not that bad. Okay, let's lock back into this assignment. Gosh, I'm tearing up. Oh my goodness. Stay, stay, and hold me. And on the mountain. I'm looking through my textbook right now. Because I want to talk about it's not over. It's not over. And I'm telling you, I'm not going. Another time of sun. There's just nowhere, nowhere. And I'm not just screaming now. Say what you want, but I I'm just like reading, like skimming through my textbook, and oh my goodness, some of the stuff is so freaking weird. It's not over. Hey, hey, hold me on. Oh, on page 25, it talks about projection. Um, Self-consciousness is your focus on yourself. Projection is your focus on others, on the outside world, and your efforts to project your concerns outside yourself. I can't speak right now. I'm like thinking about the show. Anyways, projection is also your ability to project your voice, to be heard by others, to make yourself heard by others. Projection, therefore, is basically the opposite of self consciousness. It is the ability to escape the prison of yourself, self doubt, self indulgence, selfishness, and to enter into active, productive, social intercourse. Every actor must learn this skill quite thoroughly. I know I talked about diction last, previously, with uh, Jordan. Is that his the actor who played Ned, John. Okay, I was close this time. That's good. I'm learning. Um, the actor John who played Ned, even though sometimes his diction was not great, he had really, really good projection. Like there's sometimes during the show where he would stare into the audience and then like say something like really profound, and everyone would be like like we'd all be like umming in the crowd, because like he obviously projected like really loudly and looked at us for a reason, was to, like it was for a reason, because it made the audience think, and then it like made us like overtly, is overtly a word? Hold on. Overtly meaning. Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes. Okay. Overtly means doing something in an open, public, or obvious manner without concealment. Yeah. And the sorry, I'm pretty sure I have undiagnosed ADHD, but that's a topic for me and my doctor. Um. What was I saying? He would project something really loudly, and then that would make the audience overtly like respond um in a way that would either like agree with him or like laugh with him. And he had really good projection. Like when he was loud. The back of the room could hear it. Even possibly the people outside of the building could hear what he was saying, cuz like they were deliberate, they were for a reason. He didn't just like randomly shout for no reason. Like, even though his character Ned did shout a lot because he's trying to get things into people's heads and they're not listening, and you get frustrated and then you like obviously shout. But like he would do things that were like, okay, like you did that like for a real reason, and it was to communicate with the audience, not just his acting partners and his colleagues. It was like specifically to us, to the audience. He would literally stare us down and then say the thing, and then like continue with the scene or like whatever. So the actor had a really good projection when like he was trying to get something across to us, the audience. And I thought that was like really powerful. Like I don't know why it just like emphasized the pathos of what he was saying like times two, and I'd be like, and like it would like strike my heart really hard, and I'm like, oh my god. Also, I know this was supposed to be just about one actor, Sergio. I'm pretty sure that's his name. Okay, so now I'm set. Yes, Sergio, the actor for Felix. Tens. I would have rather picked him to like nitpick, but I would have just been complimenting his stuff the entire time, because I could hear every single thing he was saying. His projection was so good. The diction was beautiful. His vocal variety was so good. His acting was so good. Oh my goodness. Like I feel like he owned he owned the character so well, and you could obviously tell like they all did really like hard work, obviously, but like I don't know, like it didn't seem like a character. It just seemed like he was Felix, even though I don't know this dude personally, obviously. But like I don't know, there wasn't any like I don't know. He was just really good, because sometimes you can tell when an actor is acting, and it did not seem like he was acting. You know? Does that make any sense? Am I losing my mind? I think I might be. It's pretty late at night, and I do have school tomorrow. but I'm gonna edit this tonight because I don't know. I was like still thinking about the show, so yeah. It was really good. I loved Felix. I think I might be in love with the actor. Or I should say his acting. It was so good. Like, anyways, it was really good. But I would say for all of them, they had a really good projection. Ned included. His diction was a little iffy. Again, I think it was the accent. It kind of like made it a little harder for me to understand what he was saying. But they all had really good projection. Okay. Okay. Next, I will be talking about what I think the character's goal was, and some tactics that I noticed that could maybe hopefully help him achieve his goals. Okay. Page 45 in the textbook says, to the actor, goals are more than just wishes or daydreams. They are what the dramatic character actively wants to win, gain, acquire, or achieve. Acting, by definition, is action, and it is active. We in the audience do not want to see you simply thinking about your goals. We want to see you working hard to achieve them. Characters pursue their goals just as real people do, by employing tactics. They argue, they persuade, they threaten, they seduce, they inspire. They try to influence other characters in the play to support them and to discourage other actors from opposing them. Okay. Ned's goal to me was to, like, his overall arching goal was to make a change, I think. Um, or to be a leader, because I know that was like something said a lot in the show, like, oh, you're a great leader, oh, you would be a great leader, like the doctor, like I think in the first like openings of the show she talks about how Ned would be a great leader, and stuff like that. um and I think ways on which he does that is he does do a lot of persuading. He tries to persuade Felix to write a paper about the disease spreading around and stuff. He tries to persuade his colleagues in the oh no, he tries to persuade his brother to help him like put his name on like a thing, I think, like a letter, a recommendation. He does a lot of persuading. He does a lot of threatening. He threatens the organization that he's gonna like leave if they don't like do what he says or like do what he wants. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Um, so I think he does a lot of things in order to. I think his overall goal is to make a change because he doesn't want to see his friends die anymore, and he didn't like want to see Felix die. And so in order for that to happen, he, you know, persuades, he threatens, he does all these things that, well, at the end of the play, it's kind of a cliffhanger because the play ends after Felix dies. So I don't know if he actually achieved his goal. It he does. They do end up getting help, or not help, but they do end up raising money, and they do end up reaching people outside of New York. And I think the mayor, like at one point, acknowledged the situation and like told them that they could have a meeting with Dustin and Tommy. Um, but I don't actually know if his goal was fully achieved, to be honest with you. But I think it was definitely getting there. He was being loud enough, and his voice was definitely making a change. Um, like after like it's forever. Oh my goodness, poor Ned. I actually feel incredibly bad for him because they were like telling, even his own brother was making it seem like he was crazy, and everyone was making it seem like he was crazy when he was just worried for his friends and he was worried for his community, and you know, and poor Mikey. Ugh, poor Mikey, bro. He was so stressed out. And then when he did like his whole like, you know, his whole like speech about, you know, it makes me so sad. It makes me so sad, you know. But yeah. I feel like I've gotten off topic. I don't know. My brain is just all over the place because I want to talk about all of the actors and all of their performances. I really loved Felix's actor. I think Tommy was like a great comedic relief. Like a lot of the times when like I was laughing and the audience were laughing was because like Tommy would say something funny, and it kind of like helped break the tension up a little bit because it's like it's a heavy topic, and like it's something that people like actually lived through and people actually went through, and so I think Tommy was just like, you know, Tommy's character was great to just like try and like keep things light, even though it's a pretty like it's a topic. Okay. Um and yeah, I don't know, I just feel bad for I felt I felt bad for everyone, even the doctor, because she was talking about how she like had polio and stuff, and the iron lung, and you know she became a doctor, and like she's the only one who seems to care. And then they named her like Doctor Death, and I felt so bad for her because it's not her fault that everyone's dying. It's the freaking mayor's fault that nobody knows what's going on, and they're keeping everything in wraps for some unknown reason. It's like suspicious as hell, and now I'm becoming those like theorists who's like maybe the freaking government put out the disease and is taking the gay people out, like, because I'm pretty sure that's like something Mikey said. Oh no, was it, yeah, it was Mikey when he was ranting to Ned and Tommy and Dustin, and you know, no, I'm just ranting. That was really good. It was a really, really good show. Um, Literally the only thing that was just not that good was the diction for the actor for Ned. Again, some of the words I couldn't understand like at all. Um, but he had really good projection, and I could tell his goals. I could tell what his so what like a goal of his was, and I could tell some of the tactics he was using to try and achieve his goal. Um, and it was really, really good. And yeah, honestly, now that I like think more, I know I rated it like an 8 at the beginning, but I rated it like a 9. It would be a 10 out of 10 if I could understand every single word that was said, but I couldn't. So it's a 9 out of 10. But regardless of that, it was really, really good. I got very emotional. And I also met this really nice lady who's been literally watching like the place from there for like 30 years, and she was like telling me about the history and stuff. So that was really, really nice. And she told me to like go to other shows that she's like gone to and stuff. Um so yeah. This was totally me ranting for like 50 minutes. Oh my goodness. But I really, really enjoyed the show. And I'm excited to see the next one, which is Spring Awakening. Um and maybe I will see more in the future. That was really good. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It was so good.